what we doing.
Yo,
Vick, you started off this time.
all right, whatever. Yo, listen,
I'm handicapped.
you ain't handicapped.
I'm
You just,
handicapped.
you're just congested, bro. All right, yo, it is what it is. Listen, we're back at it again. I finally got the fellas on. They've been dodging me. They've been just, doing their own thing, but it's all good. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So again, episode 2 out of like how many months now, bro?
It's all right,
But listen, I don't listen. It's okay. Like I said, people will understand. You guys have a schedule. I right now don't have a schedule. So again, it is what it is. But we're back at it again. We're pretty much at the end of the season, and I wanted to get the guys before the playoffs start, just to get our thoughts on how the season pretty much is at end. What we think is going to happen in the playoffs, who's going to come out in the East, who's going to come out in the West, who's going to win MVP. Maybe we might get into, coach of the year, maybe rookie of the year, if we're still on the same page as when we first came on.
Definitely with that 6-man.
And go from there. True. and just see if we're excited about the playoffs getting started. Definitely we're going to talk about, hopefully we can get to talk about these Lakers and see who's really at fault in that situation. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. What do you guys think?
No, I think that's beautifully spoken and said. But we definitely got to talk about the Lakers because,
Yeah, because
who doesn't like the situation there?
I mean, I love it. I really do. And I can't listen to Sean, like, no offense, bro, but I cannot have this conversation if you're not here, bro. I need you here. Plus, sometimes I need Hakeem here too, but then again, all he does is talk about the Heat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he goes back to talk about the Heat.
Yeah, he just always goes to the Heat.
Why wouldn't we talk about the greatest?
When I'm all over. You know what I'm saying? I talk about whoever team. You know what I'm saying? So,
who's that team on your head?
Listen, don't worry about North Carolina. All right. Leave North
right.
Carolina alone. All right. Yes, they lost in the finals, or in the tournament, but it's all good though. It was a good run. It was entertaining. I don't know if you guys watched it. Did you guys watch any of it?
I know they blew a lead. That's the most I saw. I know they blew a 16-point lead.
I missed the fucking I watched up until Elite 8 because I was keeping up with St. Peter's.
Yeah.
And then when they lost, that crushed my soul. So I was like, all right.
Why, you went to St. Peter's, Sean?
Nah, hell no. I just like underdogs.
That was the sister school. That was the sister school.
Yeah, I was feeling the underdog story though, the Cinderella story.
They got some ballers over there, honestly, man. It was like you have teams like that face lower D1 teams, and they don't really like stand out as much because they're not like in a top division or like Big East or what was that? I don't want to say SEC, but you end up facing bigger teams and then are really like showing your worth. You know what I mean? All those other teams are under pressure because they're expected to win.
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes punch them in the mouth. And it's like, okay, you punch one team in the mouth, what else can you do? And then you beat another team. It's like, all right, they could hoop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the win. Like, it wasn't just a good day. Like, nah, these dudes can actually hoop. And then they lost by 20. But that's besides the point.
That's all right, because you see how early Kentucky got taken out. So, everybody has them as a favorite every year.
Kentucky, man, they messed up everybody's bracket.
I know it. I don't normally do a bracket because I don't follow it that well. I'm gonna put Kentucky in the finals too.
I got really big into it into college ball with Lonzo, because I was keeping up with Lonzo for like high school and everything. So then like once he went to UCLA, I was just like, I'm gonna keep up with this shit, man.
Lonzo.
Telling you, man, John Morant did the same thing. He was playing for Murray State. Murray State was a weak team. This dude was dunking on people and shit. First games, I'm like, who the hell is this dude?
That's how it goes.
Catching bodies.
My bad. Definitely how it goes. All right, Vic, what you want to hit on first, man?
I guess just your thoughts on how the season turned out. I guess we're pretty much towards the end of the season. I think all the teams are pretty much set in the playoffs. So I guess thoughts on overall the season and do the standings, is anything in the standings look surprising?
Let me start. Let me jump this off. The standings look in the East exactly how I expected it to look in the standings. Miami Heat, number one team in the East. I think we all saw this coming. I know I did. I think we all. What's the eyebrow raise for? We all saw this coming. As soon as we got Lowry, we already knew what was going to happen. We knew the defense was amazing. Did I know? Once all the injuries happened, we was gonna keep this up? Absolutely not. But like I said, I always knew it. I spoke it into existence. It happened. I just knew that he was gonna be number one. But no, I mean, surprise team for me would definitely be Cleveland. I didn't think they were gonna be that good. They smacked us around a couple times, so I wasn't expecting the Cavs to damn near be here at the end. Normally, they're like the last team around Orlando in the East. So that's my, I guess, surprise team in the East. Other than that, all the teams that should be there are there. And then in the West, I mean, Phoenix killed it. Of course, I don't really see any surprises. I guess the biggest surprise is the way that Memphis has been playing this year with and without Ja. I guess I should say. Them dudes are balling. They're gonna be scary. I'd still honestly feel like they ain't gonna go that far. Personally, I feel like they're not gonna go that far. I feel like if they end up playing, who might they end up playing? No, I don't think the Clippers can take them.
I think whoever they end up playing, I feel like they're gonna beat them. Right now, 7th is Minnesota.
Minnesota or the Clippers they'll end up getting. So the Clippers, they just got Paul George back, so maybe. But other than that, I think that's the real surprise team for me, and just how the Nuggets have played this year with missing their other two stars. I would say Murray and this kid.
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, with them both being now Jokic, who is my personal MVP this year. Definitely changed from Steph, like we first talked about. But yeah, I think he's the way he's taken that team and shown he's the best big man in the league. First, and then Bam second. I'm gonna keep it there. But yeah, that's why it's my Heat bias, of course. But no, those are my. That's other than that though. It's been a great year. So much like high scoring.
Yeah.
Players this year, quick games. Kyrie going off. They should have let him just keep going off. I don't know why coach took him out. But yeah, no, it's been a fun year. It's been a pretty good year. I can't wait for the playoffs. I know the outcome, but we'll talk about that later.
First round elimination
against the Nets.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till we get in.
Ben Simmons about to come through. Play some defense.
If we play the Nets, I'm telling you right now.
Ben Simmons is suing up, man.
Be out first round.
Ben Simmons suing up. What do you think he's been doing this whole year?
Will be out first round in 5.
Ben Simmons has been doing nothing but shooting 3-pointers for the last 3 months.
With Kyle Korver.
I want him to step on that court and shoot threes. Do us a favor. We put Tyler Hero on. Duncan Robinson.
Helping him with the ISO because he's only good at transition. So
listen, we ain't worried about it. We got Bam and Jimmy.
I don't think any team wants to see. I think
nobody wants to see the Nets.
We play them well, even though it's a regular season. We play them well.
No one wants to see the Nets, bro. KD is like playoff. KD is just crazy, bro.
Especially for what happened to him last year. Trust
playoff
me.
Jimmy.
Kyrie is healthy. I think
playoff Jimmy
actually like consistently handle them is the Bucks right now.
Why?
Oh, they're matched up. They're matched up evenly, man. Like all around, like the teams correlate perfectly with each other. And
let's hear it.
It's always a high scoring game. No one could guard KD. No one could guard Giannis. And it's all about how the game will be closed out. That's usually how it comes down to every time they play each other. It's never a blowout. So like that's the only team I really think can handle the Nets straight up.
So even though we took care of them consistently this year, you don't think we can?
Yo, the season's not the same, bro.
How many times did Kyrie play when you guys took care of him consistently?
Kyrie, he played in Miami.
One game.
And we took care of him.
One game in Miami.
And we took care of him.
You guys faced him 4 times, right?
It's the season, bro. It's the season.
Listen, man.
It's not the same. Bro, playoff basketball is not the same.
But even Lowry said it himself.
Playoff basketball is not the same.
He said there's a different level. The level he's playing in right now in the regular season is not the level he's going to play in the playoffs. So he's even saying, look at what, and he ain't been averaging that much this year. So he in the last couple games of the season, like not even this last stretch, I want to say the last 10, he's amped it up to where you seeing him actually look to score now before he was just looking to pass. So Lowry has another gear as well. So you have to take that into consideration. Jimmy and Bam's defense, you got to take that into consideration. Because if Bam was still playing all season, he would be in DPOY running. He would definitely be in that running if he had played this year. I guarantee you can look it up. People will say that he has been in DPOI running if he didn't miss like 20-something games this season. So that's...
I really feel like DPOI is kind of fixed, bro.
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's always going to go to goal. It's going to go to whoever blocked the most shots.
Yeah.
That's why Gobert is going to win it every year. But you have to think of Bam plays defense like Draymond.
Yeah.
He plays that type of defense. Except Bam is a lot more athletic. I'm going to say a lot more athletic. So trust me, he would have definitely been in that. And I watch all Heat games, so I see what he does on the defensive end. Sometimes his offense goes in and out. I understand that, but defensively, he's going to be the primary one on KD when we're playing. And he has KD's going to get his buck. It's KD. He's going to get his buckets, but he's going to work for the buckets.
Yeah, I mean that's what he does anyway. It's never. Just
I don't know if he had to work for him all the time.
I mean, he makes it look easy, but regardless, it's still work. He does some crazy shit, bro. It's like, the height that he's at and the handle that he has, you can get the areas that most people can't. Like how fast he does it. So it's like, no one could guard him. I mean, he's gonna do his thing, but you got to think Kyrie as well, and then Ben Simmons is just another issue. Ben's a great finisher at the rim.
That man is not playing in the playoffs. That man is not playing. He's not.
You don't think he will?
He is not playing. He is not playing. Definitely first round he ain't playing.
Which is stupid, but I mean,
no,
I would have figured that he would have definitely like at least played a couple games towards the end of the season, but
maybe they'll save him for like later if they make it down. If they get the 7 seed, then they'll make it definitely a lot further because they'll be playing with the Celtics. Yeah, they probably knock them out. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
You said they don't want to see you?
Hell no. I don't want to see the Nets, bro. No one wants to see the Nets, bro. Like that's,
I never go into a game thinking that.
No, I mean I'm realistic, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie about this shit. It's
like I was
with Bulls before and how I am about Bulls now. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. Before I'm like, this team's fucking filthy, and like now they're playing like trash. But regardless, they're still a good team. It's just how it goes. Y'all shouldn't be number 1 seed, but
yes, we should. We proved it all year that even with players out.
It's really not. Yo, the thing is, you guys are not even ahead by that much.
You have a core.
We're ahead by what? A game and a half now?
Because we didn't play last night? 2.5.
The Celtics just won, so they should close in a little bit. Right?
Yeah, and we're still gonna be tied. I'm pretty sure. Well, we probably have second place locked, but we're still gonna be tied. Like there's 3 or 4 teams tied right now. In the East.
But then you have to. Well, now we have a game and a half ahead. People don't try to close in.
We're taking first. We're taking it back.
You were first to avoid Brooklyn. I get it. Listen, we will take them. See, that's the thing. Everyone said that same thing about Milwaukee. When they was doing their thing. We're not gonna talk about last year, but the year before that, when everybody was like, "Oh, Milwaukee's dangerous. Nobody wants to play Milwaukee," and we sit their ass flying in that
Listen. We're
bubble.
not talking about that year either.
I'm
We're
just
talking about
saying.
this year.
Exactly. So if
All
we
right.
wasn't scared of them 2 years ago, or even last year, whether they swept guys last year, I will give them that. They swept like brooms and everything, brought that shit out.
Yep.
Swept us last year. We still aren't afraid to play Giannis. The only thing with them is Jimmy Butler plays like shit against Milwaukee, but now we have other go-to people to score now. We have more scores. When last year we didn't. Hero wasn't playing like he's playing right now. We all know that. Hero just dropped 35, 36 last night.
Mm.
Great days against Charlotte. They don't play no fucking defense. But we got scores now. So and you add Kyle to that, who's knocking down his threes. Max Strus is starting for us now. I know y'all like, who the fuck is that? But Max Strus is starting for us now, giving us buckets. That nigga dropped 20. The game before dropped 23 points in the second half.
Nah, I noticed that dude and the other dude, Vincent or some shit like that.
Yeah, him and Gabe Vince, they balling. Like we got people that people don't know about. That's the thing.
No, those are the players that that you guys need on a team. Like every team, they need those players to come off the bench and hustle because they got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? This is their time to shine. Once they get the minutes, they're gonna take advantage of the opportunity.
Absolutely.
So
it helps build the core.
So we'll get off of me here. I know I gave my objective. Sean, what do you think? How's the season been?
That's surprising, definitely. As far as the Celtics go, I was not expecting us to be this high. I expected probably twice as many injuries. In the beginning of the season, I was right about them playing Tatum and Brown too much and just focusing on them. And both of them got hurt. So that fucked us up pretty bad. Brown with the hamstring injury. I forgot what Tatum had. I think it was like a little knock or whatever. Regardless of the fact, them dudes picked up injuries. But once Dennis Schroeder left the team, we turned things around. Got a crazy ass run. And personally, I think we're the best team in the East. I guess you go by playing wise, but skill wise, I would definitely say that the Bucks and the Nets know how to close games better. You stupid.
Yeah, I will say though, who there was y'all was going on a crazy run. Who was that team that stopped that run? Forgot.
But no, wait, was it?
Yeah. It was that. Just wanted to point that out. All right, I'm gonna go back on mute. He in 5, y'all. I'm telling you. Huh?
Yeah, no. Yeah, man. It's just as far as the West go, same thing what Hakeem said. I guess the team that surprised me the most is Grizzly. With Ja staying healthy. Even though he was out for a small period of time, that team still had it together and they did their thing and actually had a better run without Ja than they did with. That was fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Suns keeping that. No one's talking about them, which is crazy to me. No one. I don't know if it's like a media thing, like everyone just loves Charlotte because they're a fun team to watch, but Suns are filthy, and I don't know how none of their players are in the MVP race. To be honest with you, I think it's disrespectful.
I think it's because they have not because they have so many people. But I think it's because the most valuable player on their team, stat-wise, isn't going crazy. And I think the most valuable player on the team is Chris Paul, even though Devin Booker's he's the plug. He's the one who's doing everything for them. But I think it's because Chris Paul isn't like stat-wise going crazy. I think that's why.
Do you feel that change, as far as the errors went? Because like Steve Nash wasn't a heavy scorer like that, bro. You know what I mean? He would just take control of a game completely and just orchestrate everything. And he won an MVP before, right?
Mm-hmm. So he took Shaq. Shaq will never let him forget it.
It is, but I mean, it's like now a transition. Like a scoring title is a scoring title, right? But MVP is someone that's actually that's something that correlates for the full season. So I don't know why all transition into he has to score and his team has to do this. It's like it's deeper than that. Like, what if there's a defensive player that's fucking bro? Or actually, that's a great point. The last person to win an NBA like championship MVP that didn't have stats heavily was Iguodala. You know what I mean? That shit will never happen again.
It was who?
Iguodala.
Ah. Oh yeah, finals.
That'll never happen again. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, they didn't give it to Curry because how Curry led the whole playoff, scoring like 30 plus, and then in the championship he didn't do anything. But Finals MVP went to Iguodala because of how he was playing, and he was mostly on the defensive end.
Because
Like,
he shut down
never
Baby
happen
Goat.
again. It's crazy. I do think that Suns coach should get coach of the year though again.
I think he will. He will definitely.
Because last year, I think he got, I mean, even though the Knicks did their thing last year, I think he deserved it last year. But to run it back twice, winning the conference, that's huge.
Yeah.
And, man, it's just, I don't know. I'm happy with how the Celtics are playing, man. I'm happy that Kyrie is free because that shit was nuts to me. And everybody loves watching Kyrie play because, you know, AI fan and just watching this man create is just special, man.
Handles better than AI. I say handles. I just say handles. I want to start Vick up. Say anything about AI. Vick, I think you're on mute.
No, you know.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
All right.
Oh,
I just want to make sure it's working. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm gonna start off with the Bulls, of course. You know, I got to. Y'all started with y'all team, so I guess I'm gonna start with my team.
You start off with winning teams, yeah.
Unfortunately, my team isn't winning, bro.
Yo, they're fine.
Listen. Like I said, they're a playoff team, but the first round exit automatic. Trust. All right, I'm gonna stand by it. Like I said, I'm not gonna have high expectations. I'm excited. They made it this far. Like, they had a good run. They did their thing. They made it to the playoffs. All right, great. Listen, if this is the same team next year, it's gonna be the same bullshit. All right.
Was the pun intended?
What?
Oh my god. You said it was bullshit.
Listen, anyways, all I'm saying is, you know, overall the teams that are there, all right, whatever. Celtics, I'm having fun watching them play basketball. I'm gonna be completely honest. Listen, the reason why is because they're on TV more than the Heat, all right? And that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying?
It's because of where we live. That's all.
No, what are you talking about?
Yes, we get the Celtics channel. What you mean?
I'm not even watching it on the Celtics channel.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to, then
I'm watching on ABC. I'm watching on ESPN. I'm watching on TNT.
Listen, man.
Listen,
I used to enjoy watching the Paul Pierce games, right? When they was getting their ass.
Celtics or Heat? Celtics.
I would go with the Heat. I'm just saying, like that's.
But you guys know, my play style of basketball is defense, of course. So, like, you got to give credit. What do you mean, yo?
I didn't say nothing. I said nothing.
The hand set it off, bro. But like I said, there's some teams that I've been watching who are just an embarrassment to watch play basketball, period. And I'm speaking, and I'm coming from where, like, if I'm a kid watching the game of basketball and I want to improve on the game or develop my game, and then the way I'm watching is just like, you see the lack of defense on certain teams. It's just like, everything is just offense. It's just running up to the 3-point line, just shooting it up. So it to me, like, there's teams out there that is like, right now they shouldn't even be playing, period. They should just fucking stop. But overall, the East look good. I like how close, like, at least the top 4 teams are really close. Like, I'm excited to see what happens with that. I'm really excited to see if we get a series between the Sixers and the Nets. I want to see that go down, because I don't know if you guys caught that game with the Sixers and the Nets. Kyrie and KD went off. Like, Harden had a bad game, and this was hard. This is Harden's right now. I know we haven't spoke about the trade. We spoke about it before. I know we spoke about it on WhatsApp or whatever when it happened, and we didn't touch on this at all about this trade when it happened and your thoughts on it. But I'm like, yo, this is James Harden's, like, he needs to win a chip right now. Like, even if he does end up staying with Philly for the next years, but Joel Embiid is playing, I think, incredible basketball for, you know, for him being healthy all year round, pretty much being, I mean, he's missed a couple of games. I think Jokic has missed a couple of games as well. I think Embiid should win the MVP, but a lot of, you know, they're pointing at Joker's pretty much got it in the bag. I don't know. But I think Embiid should definitely get it for what he's had to go through pretty much this season with this bullshit. You know, listen, the Ben Simmons situation is a distraction. It's something that, you know what I'm saying, and he continued to play his game. So I gotta give him credit. But I'm excited to see how this East comes down. The Nets, listen, they're in the play-in tournament. I think they're just gonna beat the Cavaliers easily, become the number 7 seed. And if it ends up being the same way, if the Nets end up playing the Celtics got that. If the Nets end up playing the Heat, I think the Nets got that. And it's listen, it's nothing against you, Keem. I'm just saying.
He said that. Man, what? No, ain't no wait. That's crazy.
So listen, the Celtics play defense, yo. All right.
So do we. I don't understand. Like, when did we all of a sudden not become a defensive team?
They call him a Reaper for a reason. They call him Slim Reaper for a reason.
And then in the West, yeah, like Sean said, you know, nobody's talking about the Suns. We'll talk. They'll bring the Suns up when they make it to the finals, if they make it to the finals. Honestly, I feel like they will. I think this. Yeah, I don't see nobody stopping them either. I really had the Warriors making it all the way through, to be honest, but the way I think Phoenix is like the complete team. Like from 1 to 5 and even the bench, and the fact that they made it last year there and they missed out on the opportunity. It's just like they got a taste of it. And now they just want to finish the assignment. And I guarantee you with a CP3 who needs to win it, who needs to win a ring. I'm gonna say that because CP3 has been in the playoffs and he's been right there. And I think who deserves it, it's definitely CP3. Like he's what, 35. He's like right there. Like, you know, it's about that time. He doesn't really have that much time left. Like, let's be real.
You think if he wins a ring, he'll go down as the greatest point guard ever?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he'll probably
I'm still going with Magic. That's me personally.
Magic. He should definitely be maybe what do you guys think? Top 5?
Would that put him over Stockton?
See, I would say yes, only because of the ring, though. And it's not fair to Stockton, but I'm just saying, like, I think it would put him over him. I think. I'm just saying, because if we can be completely honest, you know, that's where people look at it. They'd be like, okay, well, how many rings you got? All right, how many MVPs do you have? Like, they look at what you won towards at the end of the season, pretty much. You know, they look at those accolades before they look at other accolades. But with the West, like I said, you know, the Grizzlies, they're doing, again, surprising young ass team that, to me, the Grizzlies remind me of Sean. You know, you brought up St. Petersburg. Like that's what I see them as. Like if we were to compare, like, the fact that they're coming from nothing and they're making noises and they don't have to, like, there's a bunch of young dudes getting, you know, pretty much just balling out, playing ball. You know what I'm saying? And this is why everybody's surprised, because it's like, who's the superstar of that team? Ja Morant. But was he really a superstar yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, he
Absolutely.
wasn't. Not yet.
In my eye. Well, you know what I think about John.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my personal
players and stuff, but like,
I always thought he was. I'll be real.
Just in this year, man, he made his first All-Star start. He was in an MVP race at one point, and people still think he should be MVP just from like what he's doing. It's just like, man, shit changes around. Like 3 years in the league, and then you're doing all this shit.
But like I said, a young ass team that nobody was talking about from the beginning, and look at where they at now, and they play well even without their number one option. Again, the Warriors, I was expecting them to make it this far. I understand injuries come into play. I think they could make it, if anything, to the conference finals with the Suns, if anything, depending on the standings. I don't think they come out the West though. Dallas, Utah, Nuggets. I mean, those teams, they pretty much make it to the playoffs every time, but they just never get over that hump. It's going to be the exact same this year, to be completely honest. And then the play-in tournament. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really excited about the play-in tournament because I feel like I already know who's gonna win. I mean, right now, so in the West, it's not set in stone yet, but let's just say it is. Minnesota versus the Clippers is the 7th and 8th seed, and then the 9th and 10th is the Pelicans and the Spurs.
I'll tell you who's coming out right now. It's gonna be the Clippers and Clippers, and Clippers gonna take the 7th seed, and I got New Orleans taking the 8th seed.
The Pelicans?
I don't think Towns is gonna get it done. I don't think he's gonna get it. That's my personal opinion. I don't think he's gonna get it. I don't think he's gonna get it. I think it's gonna be.
I mean, I'm sure you could put it. I'm sure you can put it together. We got 40 minutes. All right. So, anyways, we pretty much got through our surprises and how we feel about how the playoff is looking like. Did you guys want to come up with who you guys think is gonna win the East and the West, or the whole thing, or not really? It's no big deal.
I mean, we can throw it out real quick. That'll be something too crazy. I'll start off. I guess I'll start off. Coming out the West, I guess who I want to come out the West is the Grizzlies. So I'm gonna go for the Grizzlies. Just because. I'm gonna go for the Grizzlies. I'm gonna go for that underdog story. I know. But I'm gonna go for the Grizzlies coming out the West. Out the East. Come on now. There's a banner back there. The hat's on. We ain't gotta talk about it. And then obviously Miami winning it all. No matter who's coming out of the West, I do want to point out Miami's winning this whole entire shit. So that's my pick. You guys can take it away.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I love my team, but I see Bucks and Suns round 2 this year.
You must have not heard that they're in it still.
You guys probably won't see him because y'all gonna lose to the Nets.
All right, I'm turning. I'm putting back on mute.
I see it. Yeah, no, I see a Bucks and Suns round 2, man, with the Suns winning. Giannis is fucking crazy. That team's crazy. I see them coming out the East. Maybe face the Celtics in the finals, but I don't think right now this year. I don't think we have enough to make it to the finals. If we do, I'll be ecstatic, but I don't think we have enough to make it to the finals.
I'm calling it right now.
We lost to the Magic.
The Bulls taking out the Bucks first round. Calling it.
No, what do you mean?
Yo, the Bulls haven't even beaten the Bucks in the season, bro. And I know I say, yo, it's not playoff basketball. But bro.
Listen, we need something not to go the way that it always goes. I'm sorry, man. I need something to happen. That's why I'm going for the Grizzlies, because I realize what the Suns do. Like, I understand they're the best team out in the West, but I understand what you said about Chris Paul. You want him to get a chip. You are correct on that. I don't want him to get a chip against my Heat, so I'm not gonna go that far. I'm sorry. I'd rather Jimmy get a ring for all that he did for the Heat. Sorry, I'd rather Jimmy get a ring than Chris Paul. Just personal opinion. But like I said, whoever's coming out the West, I got my Heat winning. When we get eliminated, we can have this talk again. If we get eliminated, I said win, my bad. If we get eliminated.
Yeah, it's good. You understand.
When no, you get if we get eliminated, I messed that sentence up. My bad. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna let you say your West team. That's all you shot. I don't know if you said the West. I know you said East. I don't know if you said the West.
Oh no! I said we're gonna have the Suns and
Bucks. He said Suns and Bucks. And then who's gonna win it?
Suns.
All right. So I'm taking the Suns out of the West. Like I said before, I feel like they're out of all the teams in the NBA, they're the most complete team. To be completely honest, I just the way DeAndre Ayton is playing too, man. Like that dude is playing for a contract too. Like he didn't get an extension. You know he's mad about that shit for sure. And the dude's balling out. Like that's if you're looking for a solid big, that dude mid range, the dude's in the post, like the dude's doing it all. And then when you got a general as like CP3 fucking motivating you and all that shit, and you were also in the finals last year, and you got an opportunity again, and you're in the best position right now to pretty much make it again. I got them going all the way. And I don't even care who comes out the East. I'm going with the Suns regardless. I really listen. And who I'm going with in the East, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm gonna say the Bucks too, though. Listen, the reason why is like if we were to break it down, right? Normally, the way it's set up or whatever, the last is like the 1 and 4 play each other. If let's just say the 1 through 4 won it all, like they won the first 2 rounds, right?
That's Heat versus Philly.
That's Heat versus Philly, right? And then
you better not take Philly over us.
That it's gonna be the Celtics and Bucks. I'm gonna say the Heat will beat Philly, right? And then I see the Bucks beating the Celtics. Okay. And then I see the Bucks beating the Heat.
I agree with your logic.
Like I said, if we were to break it down like that, with the way it's set up right now, that's where I'm going with right now.
And then I see you down as fighting Jimmy at center.
Don't bring up the fight. Listen. If we after that fight, we went on a 5-game win streak. Started by beating the Celtics.
So I can't. I'm not trying to go on with Sean, but I feel like it might come out to be another matchup again with the Bucks and the Suns. And this time, I'm gonna be honest, the Suns should have won it last year. They had so many opportunities and mismatches with the bigs. Like they really did. They just didn't take advantage of it, which was kind of crazy to me, but whatever.
They blew some leads.
Yeah, they did. But there was opportunities where the Suns had a mismatch. Like they definitely had an advantage and they just didn't take advantage of it. But it is what it is. Like, I was going for either one anyways, Giannis to win the ring or Chris Paul. But this year, the Suns are gonna win it all. That's where I'm at on that.
Okay. Well, those are some great predictions. So I guess we'll transition. No. Those are great predictions by me.
By you?
Hey man, I went with my logic over heart. All right. So since we're just let it go.